in the Titans situation, and in the words of Cam Ward, the Titans are asked, Teresa, I didn't say it, Cam Ward said it. What word would you use to describe the Titans at this moment in time?
He's not wrong. I mean, Jeff Simmons told us yesterday. I mean, okay, let's put this in perspective. 0-4. I think they're one of three now winless teams still in the NFL, but their skid is now at 10 straight. It is the longest, it ties the longest losing skid for this franchise since it moved to Tennessee in 1997. And there are a few Memphis fans that might remember 97s when they played there at the Liberty Bowl. That said, I had to go back, and the longest skid in franchise history is 18, excuse me. It's the sixth longest skid in NFL history. That was 72-73. So some of my research in the next couple of days before the game on Sunday in Arizona is where's the middle ground? What's the next? Did they lose 11 straight at some point, 12, 13, or are we going all the way back over, oh my God, is it 50 years? Yeah, so it's kind of insane. So, and Jeff Simmons said it yesterday. It's like our DC showed us that in the first half we've missed two tackles. In the second half, we've lost like 35 tackles. So, they are not good. They're last in offense. They're near the bottom in most categories. And this is a stat that my colleague shared last night that Cam Ward is the fifth quarterback, number one overall in the common draft era, to start and lose each of his first four games. There has never been a number one overall pick to start and lose his team's first five games of a season. Now, of course, that limits it. I mean, Jackson Dart didn't start the season opener for the Giants. So that's the kind of stat that eliminates a lot of rookies who do play as rookies, but who don't start from the very beginning of the season. But yeah, it's not great. You've got your top receiver, highest paid player on the roster, and Calvin Ridley. He got hurt last week. He's on the injury report with a knee and an elbow, and and his fellow rookie, Alec Iamander, who's been bailing him out. He had a rough day in Houston. 50 plays, offense, and then you get across. It's a 6-0 game at halftime. That game is there to be taken. They have the ball just over the Houston 50 in the third quarter, and they call a pass on 2nd and 12, doesn't work. They run into the line on 3rd and 12 and just punt it away. It's like, it's one of those football remedial things. There are times, and Bo Hardigree asked about that sequence. Well, we have a game plan. Well, call me crazy, but when you get into a game, the only plan is to try to win the game. And that's where I think there's a lot of people really questioning this coaching staff is, it's like when you're in games, are they making the right decisions at the right times? Gamers, what are you showing me when it's live, when the clock's ticking down? And those are the kind of decisions we're not seeing in addition to the playmaking on the field. And the sad thing is, when they said that Dan Moore was added to the injury report Sunday morning, all of us were thinking, oh my God, he's going to be sacked 10 times today. He is still the most sacked quarterback in the NFL. I mean, I'm looking for some measure that tells me they're not what Cam Ward said they are.
Is there some benchmark that you foresee as an inevitable of a change would be made if this happened? Or are the Titans in a scenario where throughout the rest of the season, we know what it is, right? This team is 0-4, and they're a bad 0-4, and you're trying to make sure that you don't put a rookie quarterback in a situation where there's horrible damage that's hard to make up for.
Bad habits.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you don't want that. Every rep for a rookie is important in that sense. But how do they kind of, I guess, figure out the in-between when you know a season is lost, but you have to play it out the rest of the way?
Well, that's the fun thing. Based on Amy Hannum-Strunk's history, there's a lot of people thinking, oh, she lost in her hometown. She fired Ken Whisenhunt in 2015, 2 days after they lost in Houston. Well, or New England, Mike Vrabel comes here on October 19th. Is that when they lose that game and drop, that'll be 3 more losses. It'd be 0-7. Is that the thing? Well, here's another thing to keep in mind. This is not a good team. They had a low bar for this season. Just show improvement was what we were told at the start of training camp. And now they've got 3 draft picks, the top 3 draft picks from last year's draft who have been hurt. Tyjae Spears was I think the 3rd round pick. He's on IR. He's been activated to start practicing this week. Maybe he's able to return and be activated by Sunday in Arizona. He's been traveling with the team. You've got T'Vondre Sweat, who was put on IR a week ago for an injury that he suffered in Denver in the opener. And then J.C. Latham, who was the #1 pick overall for this team last year in the first round. He has missed 3 straight games with a strained hip, and he's still yet to practice. They're going to see where he's at. But, that's the thing. They're trying to make chicken salad. And right now, they're still lacking mayonnaise and, grapes, whatever you put in your chicken salad. They don't have much of that. So it feels like, and it's funny, Sunday, the national people are like, he's got to be gone after this. And now I see some of that tide's turning. It's like, well, maybe they let him stay through the year, because not only if you fire the head coach and Brian Callahan, his daddy Bill is the offensive line coach. You think Daddy Bill is going to stick around when you fired his son? Who do you turn it over to is the other question. John Fossil, the special teams coordinator, was a interim head coach for a brief time with the Rams. You've got a former NFL head coach in Mike McCoy. But other than that, you're looking on your own roster. This isn't something where you can go hire somebody and bring them in the middle of an NFL season. This league doesn't work like, we saw a coaching change in Memphis in March. It didn't turn out too well at that point. But you can't do that in the NFL because we still have 13 games left. And oh my God, I just heard that out loud.
And if you watched any of the Titans-Texans game, you realize those 13 games could feel like eternity.
The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hart, live every weekday at 8 a.m.